Hello everyone, welcome to another, I guess, totally new thing on the channel. I've, for a long time, like, the channel hasn't had much direction, and I don't really plan to change that. I just kind of put up here whatever it is that I'm playing in real life to share it with you guys. And, Magic the Gathering, which is what we will be playing today, I think is a really cool game. Um, I'm by no means good at it. Like, I played in alpha as a, like, young, gosh, preteen maybe, but, like, I was not good at it then, and I didn't try to get good. I just played a little bit. Um, and I left it alone for like 20 years, and came back and like I've dabbled a bit in the last few years, I guess. And Magic the Gathering Arena is a really nice online implementation. I love Magic the game, like piloting decks. I absolutely hate collecting cards and the pay to win aspect. Um, so the only format that I'm actually much interested in is draft. Um, and I'm also not good at that, but that's fine. Um, at least everyone's on an equal footing, and I can say it was like my fault that I lost. Um, I said like I would pay. I don't know. I'd pay like $200 to have access to Magic, like without having to do all this pay to win nonsense. And but like there's just no way to do that because even if a bunch of people would pay $200 to play Magic, that's just way less money than they get from the people who are willing to pay like $200 every 6 months or whatever. So I don't really like the ecosystem around Magic, but I do love playing the game, and so I don't mind like being bad at it. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna play a draft, um, and I think we're just playing a quick draft here. I don't know. We'll try Premier Draft. Oh no, Premier Draft is timed, and I want to have time to talk through my picks. Um, I guess Quick Draft is like in terms of like if you're grinding out free to play, Quick Draft is better value if you're bad, and Premier Draft is better value if you're good. I'm like mediocre, so it's about the same. I often get to 3 wins before I get to 3 losses, but not always. You know, I've gotten 7 win games, but not very often. So I definitely am not like good enough to play to go infinite, right? Um, but with the daily quest rewards, you can grind out enough gold to play this somewhat regularly if you want. And every draft takes hours, so it doesn't really matter that. Yeah, speaking of which, how am I splitting up these videos? I don't know. Anyway, so I'm not like gonna try to explain all the rules of Magic because oh my god, there is a hole with no bottom there. And it's such a well-known game. If you want to find that out, you can check out other people's videos, I imagine. But since I am like not a super experienced player, I'm gonna be looking at the cards pretty often, and so if you don't know them, you'll get to see them as well. The basic format here is we are drafting. How many cards are in a pack anyway? 6, 14? Yeah. So we're going to be looking at 14. I don't know how many people are nominally in a draft. We're actually drafting against robots, so it doesn't really matter. But we're going to get to look at several packs of 14 cards multiple times, and each time we pick one card. Kind of drafting them around in a circle. When the first pack is emptied, we'll pick up a second pack, and we'll do that 3 times. So we'll end up drafting a total of 40. No. 14 times 3. Yeah, 42 cards. But some of them will be junk, and we won't put them in the deck. And then we'll get to add some lands, which you have an unlimited supply of, to get up to a total of 40 cards. So the first pick is like pretty important. Because the like best cards tend to be taken early, and then like so you want to get what the pack I get next that I get past after picking one card will have only 13 cards in it, and probably the best one in it will be gone. So I don't know what exactly do we want here. Here's a dual land. You could play it as a forest or a mountain. That's pretty cool. But red green I think is actually quite bad in Zendikar Rising, according to what I have read. Remember, I'm not a good player and not even really good at judging like a card in isolation, let alone how well like stuff synergizes in a set, in a format. So this is they tend to sort like the rarest cards up front. I don't really know the deal, so like you could imagine this might be a good card. I don't know how to read the rarity symbols. I know like I can't put my mouse on it, but like on the middle right of the card, there's that kind of like black symbol. That's like the lowest rarity. Is that one silver or white? I can't really tell. It's higher rarity. I don't know. It should be a rare, right? There's always a rare in every pack, I thought. At least one. But I can't really tell its color apart from the other stuff below it, so who knows. Anyway, I do like playing blue. Just counterspelling people makes me happy. And rogues are okay. I don't know. Flyers are cool. Blue likes flyers because you can avoid being blocked. Cinderclasm, maybe okay. I really have no idea. It's like 2 mana small removal or 3 mana small-ish removal. It does seem like it could be good as a clear, but I don't know if red really usually wants clears. Right, red's pretty aggro, so you tend to have your own small creatures on the board. Oh god, I was having so much trouble reading the text on this for some reason. Okay, target creature can't block this turn, and all the stuff in the middle is describing what creature you're allowed to target with that. It has to be a creature with power less than the total number of warriors you control. Okay. Jeez. Skyclave Squid. What is this thing? It's a blue defender with landfall. Okay, so whenever it can't attack, but if you play a land, it can attack. All right, that's kind of a weak landfall, but it is a 2 mana 3/2, so okay. That's very good stats, obviously. The defender is like the downside, and the landfall kind of tempers some of the downside. I'm not playing any music, by the way. The game does have like an in-game music and ambience thing, but A, I find it kind of annoying, and B, I don't know if any of it's copyrighted. I assume it is, but like, are they enforcing it on YouTube? I don't know, so I just didn't want to do it. So there's a black removal spell that wants you to have like a party. The mechanic is cleric, rogue, warrior, and wizard make up your party. Kind of a Dungeons and Dragons themed set. Pyroclastic Hellion, I think, is actually pretty good. Oh, but it's to each. It's to each opponent. If it were targeted, it would be great. It's like fine. It's a 5 mana 4/5 that does something, and returning a land to your hand like takes away reduces the amount of mana you have to play with. So that's like bad. But there's a lot of stuff in this set that benefits from playing lands in general, or like so you could like play. There's dual cards like this where one side is a land and the other side is a spell. You could like play it as a land early, get it back, and then later play it as a spell once you have enough mana. So this is actually like returning a land to your hand is generally good, and in addition to that, you get to do 2 damage. So it's like a pretty good. This is like a pretty good card, I think. But I suspect one of these like up higher ones is probably better, and I just like don't know. When I'm drafting off camera, I like to have like a web page where someone has assessed like roughly how good all the cards are for me. But there isn't like the Channel Fireball one for this set is not free, so I can't do that. Even if I were willing to do it on camera. So I don't know. Like a 1 mana 1/1 flyer that does something seems fine. And it's in blue, and I know that like blue-white and blue-green and blue-red are all fine in this set. I think blue-black kind of sucks. Yeah, well, we'll take the Wind Robber. Why not? Okay, here's a gigantic blue card, it looks like. What does it do? It costs 3 less to cast if it targets a creature whose controller has 8 or more cards in their graveyard. Gain control of target creature with converted mana cost X. Okay. That can be very powerful. Like, if you want to control, say, a 3 mana card, it costs you 6 mana to take it away, which is already, like, kind of fair. They paid 3, and it would have cost you 3 to play it, so it's, like, fair value. But if the enemy has several cards in their graveyard, you get a humongous discount, and the X can be 0. Like, you choose X equal 3, but actually pay 0 of it, and you just pay the 3 blue, which would be, like, insane. So I could see this working out very well. It's a very high value card, but the fact that it requires 3 blue mana means you have to have a lot of blue in your deck to make sure you can actually play it at the right time. What else do we have available? Roost of Drakes, I believe, is like pretty good. Is it blue and green are the ones that have a bunch of kicker spells, right? Maybe it's blue. Yeah, it's blue and green. So this is like it's like an endless source of value if you have enough kicker stuff. And also it makes flyers, so that's cool. Which works together with the blue. Blue loves flyers in general. So I kind of like both of these cards quite a lot already. Okay, so a funny thing happened, which was that I intended to mute my desktop audio so I could listen to music while drafting, but instead I muted my mic, and I didn't notice till I was done drafting. So, good news, you guys got to skip all the boring drafting, haha. And I just have to like finish up my deck. We went with like mostly blue and some red, right? Where's yeah, we have 17 blue and 7 red. I have 42 cards right now, which is too many. I want to cut 2 cards. Some of them should be mountains because I'm playing. Actually, I think maybe just the 2 mountains could be it. I'm playing several like dual land kind of things. Where are they? Like this guy. That's like playable as a land or a non-land. And it's hard to tell exactly how many. I have one, I think like 4. 2, maybe it was just 3. 2? I thought I took another. Oh, Kazul's Fury, this thing, and the blue one, which I think is fine. So what's the like basic theme of this deck? I feel like what it's trying to do is use rogues to just kind of chip away at the opponent. I have a fair number of rogues that like are flying, or you can make them unblockable. And I ended up getting a Roost of Drakes at one point. And I picked a fair number of kicker cards. So I do want to just like look through the stuff that's still in my sideboard that I might add. Basically, Scorch Rider is the only one that I might add. It's like a kicker card that might work, might activate the Roost of Drakes. But Roost of Drakes is really the only thing I took that cares about kickers. And I don't think 4 mana, well, 6 mana 4/3 with haste is really in the spirit of the rest of the deck. And I have just like a couple of other cards that are kind of reach ways to chip away at the opponent without interacting with their creatures. Right, Spitfire does damage every time you play a land. This thing lets you take away an enemy creature and attack with it for like a big finish. This thing lets you activate some landfall and do a bit of damage. So we have a lot more blue than red. Therefore 9 islands and 6 mountains. But also we have, like, 6 mountains is a little uncomfortably low because you might end up with some red cards you can't play. But good news, like, 2 of my 6 red cards are also lands. So I think that sort of makes up for it. I think I actually honestly have still too much land in this deck, and I could maybe add one more useful card if I wanted. Like an artifact of some kind, or maybe another Skyclave Sentinel to just be another flyer. I don't know, he's not that great. I could just take a utility knife and and cut another mountain. Maybe an island is better. But I really am skewing quite heavily blue. I think I'll cut another mountain and put in utility knife. Just a way to make the chip damage that I'm getting with my rogues a bit faster. One problem with this deck, I have very little removal and not a lot of counter spells either. Right, I basically have like Into the Royal as like temporary removal, Bubble Snare as mostly removal, and 2 kind of conditional counter spells. Risen Riptide kind of looks out of place in this like rogues deck, but it is a kicker synergy card, and I ended up picking up, where is it? A 1-drop? Yes. So you could combo this together if you have like enough mana. You can make the Riptide unblockable because it has 0 power, and then you play something with kicker and suddenly it has 5 power and it's still unblockable. So that's kind of the idea there. So, okay, well, since you guys didn't end up watching most of the draft, you know what? I'm just going to declare that I'm cutting out the whole draft. I don't know. I talked some at the beginning about the general idea of like how bad I am at this game, and like what Magic is. So maybe I'll leave some of that in, but I'll assume you didn't get to see most of the draft, and we'll look through the deck a little more carefully before we get started. So there's this removal thing here that like makes an enemy card stay tapped. This was my first pick of the draft, which I think you guys did see. It's a flyer that when you hit the enemy player with it, they they mill a card. And so it works together with my, like I have a couple of cards, this one, and I think only one more, which we also got quite early, that care about the opponent having 8 cards in the graveyard. I don't think we end up getting any more cards like that. But like more importantly, it's just a rogue that flies and does some chip damage. And I have a couple of like rogue synergy cards as well. Maybe only one? I don't know. And here's another like one mana 1/1 rogue that's like even worse than the other one, but it works with the theme of the deck. And it is like, it also works with the discard ability. It makes them mill stuff. And having flash makes it kind of conceivable as like a weak removal. You can like kill an enemy 1/1 with it. We picked up utility knife actually just now, I guess, while you were watching. This is the thing that we talked about with Riptide, and it's just going to help to make stuff unblockable. We have this kind of weak... Oh, this is my other discard or mill synergy, right? It's weak remove. It's like a weak counterspell until they've got enough stuff in their discard, and then it's an insane counterspell. Here's a kicker that temporarily removes stuff. Here's a conditional counterspell that's good if the opponent plays a spell that you want to counter, and you can. This is kind of questionable. It's like a landfall. I don't know. Is this card actually good? Maybe I should get rid of it. It's just like a 2-mana 3/2 that, I don't know. I guess, sure. We're kind of aggro-ish, I guess. Why not? And I figured this would work pretty well to attach to one of the creatures that can become unblockable and that wants to connect with the enemy hero. It's not a hero. With the opponent. There's some stuff I have around here that like can become unblockable somehow, or I just have generally flyers. This thing is a kicker that, again, temporarily removes enemy stuff. We looked at this. It's like a defender that can become an attacker when you play kicker stuff. Oh, another rogue that can become unblockable. It's probably pretty expensive to activate, but works well with our plan. Just this island, or this like conditional land that can also... Oh, actually, I should look at this. How many instants and sorceries did I end up with? Not many, right? Okay, I have 7. That's fine. So it'll tutor for a card we want, or play it as an island if necessary. And here's another rogue that wants to hit the enemy in the face. Lets you play the top card of your deck, basically. So it's a little bit like drawing, but only temporarily. Some like red removal. Oh yeah, my other removal card, in addition to like this. And I think something else over here, maybe? I don't know. Kind of weird, crappy flyer, but if we get to the late game, it'll be a kicker that's great. I don't know. And we took this really early, a big late game swing cards. We have a couple of heavy late game things, but the plan is like hopefully get them down in the early game, fall back on this stuff if it gets late. These are mid game things that are just sort of like playable. It's an okay creature. An okay creature, probably not very good, but it's a flyer. This I think is another one of my best cards because it has a way to make itself unblockable reliably, and it draws for me. So the opponent will be working hard to remove this, I imagine. This thing, you know, reaches over with chip damage when you play lands. We have another big-ish flyer, well, a very big flyer, honestly. But it's got flash, so you can also, like, hopefully... I mean, you can, like, actually play it with flash to block a creature. Like, if they're attacking you with a 2/2, you can be like, haha, I have a 3/3 you didn't know about. But even, like, if you don't use its flash ability to do anything particularly cool, flash lets you be more confident about not using all your mana on a turn, not curving out, right? Say it's turn 5. I might want to, like, play a creature, but also want to have my negate, have mana for negate in case the opponent like does something I don't like. I can delay the decision until the end of their turn by not playing a creature and then flashing this in, or negating them if they do something I don't like. This is more red reach and some like flexible lands. So okay, yeah, like since you guys didn't end up watching the draft, I think we have time to do a game. I'm not sure how much of the last. How long the video has actually gone because I had to like stop the recording and start recording and recut it. I'm gonna have to cut it all together. Sure. I mean, I don't have any cheap stuff, but these are a couple of my good cards, and it's a comfortable amount of land. You know, this is kind of the problem with playing only 6 mountains, but I'll try to make something happen. Oh, easy mode. Just destroy it. Okay. I mean, what a great card. 1 mana, destroy an enemy, unconditional removal. What more could you ask for? So, I could consider playing this as a land right now. If I felt I was going to eventually need to play it as a land, now would be the right time to do it. Because it being tapped doesn't matter right now. But I think I have plenty of mana, so I'm going to try to play this as a non-land. What is this? A 1/4 that can gain Death Touch, and it makes me mill stuff. Okay. Fine. A 3/2. Or I could like play this thing. I don't think I want to be so slow. The opponent appears to like maybe want to mill me. Maybe? Let's just get some more stuff out there. Now if they attack me, I'm casting without kicker, thank you. Now if they attack me, I just let it come and I get some more damage back. Oh, actually, oh wow, they have 2 of these. Okay, you're gonna take Death Touch, fine. I don't really care about blocking at this time. I would love for us to trade damage, because my plan is to chip you away. No blocks. But if they have stuff that synergizes with this, with the enemy graveyard, as they seem to have, they're very happy with how things are going as well. So I have this 4 mana thing that is really great. I really like it. But it doesn't do anything yet. And I sort of want to bait them into not removing that, but removing something else. So I'm going to play the Expedition Diviner. But first, let's attack. I would much rather they remove this, especially because right now I actually have another wizard on board, which is not a condition I thought would happen very often. What is this? When it dies, put a counter on something? Okay. Maybe just attack with both of them? Yeah. That seems right to me. Ah. Right. You can't give either of them Death Touch right now. Because they're both tapped already. So I'll take 1 damage. That's fine. And you're milling me. I know. I don't really mind. I think I'm swinging with just this guy. I could swing with neither, but that doesn't seem so great. What am I doing with my mana? Probably play this? Okay. So we go in with this. If you get to put a 1/1 counter, I get to draw. I'm okay with that. Oh, it's a flyer. I forgot. Jeez. As you can see, I'm bad at this game. You gain life or no? Something gains indestructible. Interesting. Okay, I guess that's just a way to sneak in some more damage. Because otherwise... Yeah. Ah, hang on. Shouldn't I just kill one of these? I think so. I don't think that was a good attack. I'm not too concerned about my deck running out yet. I actually have 2 creatures in my party so far, so I could get some scry out of this. That would be nice. I don't really have any instance I need to do anything with at the moment. Let's just swing with these 2 first. Yeah. If you want to block and trade, you're welcome to, I guess. Declined. I don't need a mountain. This is... Yeah, this is good. It will, Oh, you know what? Well, it's 4 mana to... Yeah, I don't need a 6th mana right now. So I'm not going to play this. I'll hang on to it for now. And now the opponent should slow down on attacking. Starting to worry about life. Oh, well, okay, maybe not. Do you have any other rogues anymore, by the way? No, so I don't have to worry about this thing becoming unblockable. Whoa. Really? Huh. I'm being offered the chance to kill this for free, and it just turns into a 1/1 counter. Or I could just, like... not do that? Huh. Do I care that much about my own health? I think I kind of care. What's he gonna do with a 1/1 counter that I care that much about? Make this a 2/5 would be pretty scary for me, but I'll just remove it. Yeah, let's do it this way. Let's see where he puts the 1/1 counter, and then plan to get rid of it. Yeah, okay, that's fine. So I could play this as a land, hoping to activate this guy soon. Or I could remove it. I could put this back in his hand. That'd be kind of cool, right? Yeah, and take this out of the. Let's do that. So get rid of this for now, and get rid of this sort of indefinitely. And then attack with this and this. And now this guy is kind of has to block here or else let it through. So I think I'm gonna try to get in 3 more damage. If you want to use both of these to block here, I still get to kill something, which is fine. And I get in 3 more damage. I don't want to risk this guy yet, I don't think. Actually, I do, because what are you going to do? I just make him block with it. Yeah, let's just go with everything. Now he has to block this to stop me drawing a card, which means he can't combine blockers on anything else. Cool. Oh. A land, you say? What am I going to do with this? Oh, no. This is removal. I'm keeping this. Yeah. We've almost got him now. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this game is going. Oh, what? Excuse me? That's highly rude. All right, that's fine. Let's just put a bunch of flyers or a bunch of pluses on my flyer. That seems pretty cool. Oh, there was a reason I did want 7 mana, which was for this thing, I guess. But let's just make this guy gigantic. Okay. And if I attack with both of these, you do have to block both of them, which means you can't combo up again. Again, you can't combo up. And so I get a kill. No, you block here, and this does nothing. Okay, put it back. Okay, concede. You have lost. I can see what's in your hand. It's not going to win. The offensive GG, very rude. All right. So, since I don't really know how long the draft took, and I expect we're going to have to do a few videos of this anyway to get all the way through the draft, I'm going to just go ahead and stop this video here, and you can join me tomorrow for the thrilling, not conclusion necessarily, but at least continuation. Yeah, who knows, all that's, who cares about those collectible things? Oh, you can view card pool, that's neat. I didn't know that was a thing. Anyway, that's all for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.